Kamusta there, guys. It is the Drag6 Dude here, and today we're going to be taking a look here on the maps on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And you probably have seen the thumbnail, the name of the title. I enjoy these maps. But why? Why do these maps make me feel good? Now, a lot of people have been making videos. Well, not a lot. One of my guys I watch, J Bowen the man, he is very, very outspoken about the Call of Duty franchise. He has a lot of opinions on the game's direction, and he's not necessarily a fan, but he does show his moments where he's happy, and I feel like he's an actual Call of Duty fan, so I can talk about what he thinks about these maps entirely. I'm not going to focus on him too much. I want to talk about what my opinions of the maps are. Now, when you take a look at most of these maps, they're usually, some people would call them, kind of average. But as opposed to some of the maps we've been getting recently, I feel like all of these maps mostly are bangers. These are some really cool maps with some cool designs. The graphics aren't there, but I think that most of that is on next-gen console. Hopefully. You never know until you actually have it, because unfortunately for me, I'm sitting here on the old-gen console waiting for a copy of the next-gen, which has not come out yet because, well, it's hard to get a copy of them because of all the bots that are upscaling the prices. I could get my own video on that too. But my whole issue with people, shit talking these maps are actually kind of fun. There's not a single map that I just walk into, go from lobby to game and be like, ugh, it's not Cartel again, is it? Every time Cartel pops on, I'm like, yeah, buddy. This map is awesome. Yeah, I know I'm sounding really weird, but these maps feel new. They feel updated. They don't feel like anything I've ever played before, and that's why I like them. Is it because they're the best maps ever? No, I don't think that's the case. These maps aren't going to be what's going to draw the next Call of Duty. Be like, well, Cartel's coming back. Woohoo. No, I don't think these maps are going to be throwback maps for Call of Duties to come, or maybe they will. I think a couple maps actually do have the qualifications of that. Armada is one of them. I really love the concept of Armada. I like the flow of the map. The spawns can be fixed. That's something you can change. There's better spots to spawn. You shouldn't be able to spawn in front of somebody, especially on a map that big. I've done it a couple times. It's annoying, but it's not like it happens every game. Crossroads is annoying on Combined Arms Domination. If you play Combined Arms Domination on Cartel's fine on that game mode. But if you play it on Crossroads, just leave. Seriously, just leave. Unless you're a sniper. Because there's this whole area in the middle of the map where nobody can go. And you have to cross it to get to the other side to use any sort of assault rifle or SMG without having to buy a non-recoil game thing, Because you'll get a shit ton of recoil when you shoot across the area. And it's annoying to me. So, unless you use a sniper rifle, just avoid that. Combined Arms Domination on Crossroads. Every other Combined Arms map and mode are perfect. They work together. And the pub 6v6 maps that I've been playing mostly are actually quite good. They feel and flow really well. There's a couple parts of the maps that I probably don't want in the game, but I'm not going to say that that's a bad map because of one or two parts that can be avoided if you know how to maneuver around the map, efficiently. But that's just a part of every Call of Duty. There's always maps that have spots on the map where you don't want to go through or you're going to get killed instantly. You just got to avoid those and try to maneuver around the map a little bit more smart. You got to use your brains in a sense, and that's where a lot of the problems occur when it comes to these maps, the ones that people are always complaining about. It's not usually the map's fault, like Piccadilly. You can't blame the maps. Of course, now I'm going to get all of this discredited because I like Piccadilly. No, you can't discredit a map's overall appeal because of the way other people play it. Can it? I mean, they can't tell how people are going to react to certain things in the map and how they're going to change over time and how they can exploit them. When the developers make a map, they want to make them balanced for both sides. So when you spawn on either side, you don't feel like you're at a disadvantage. Like you have to get to the other side so you don't get into that spawn trap. That's why these maps are so open. Well, as open as they can be usually, because once, especially in World War II, if you spawned on a certain side of the map, it's almost a death sentence. You're spawning and going right into combat, right into firefights, and that's just not really what I want from a Call of Duty. I want to be able to choose a path, move, and assess the situation while I'm playing the game, rather than finding somebody right in front of me that I have to shoot immediately, or I will die. It's just not how I play Call of Duty. It's just not really what I would look for in an FPS game, you know? So when it comes to maps, I feel like Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War has hit the nail on the head on these maps. I can go through individually which ones I enjoy the most. Cartel is one of them. I feel like that's a little bit more open than it usually is, but it's also pretty condensed, and if you play it on the 12v12 setting, the combined arms setting, it is awesome, especially if you can get a map where both sides are completely even, where you're able to go back and forth a couple times, where it's not a 3-minute snooze, where you just don't do anything and we still win or lose. That's not really that fun, but if you get those 20-minute back and forth battles, it's really fun, and you get a lot of XP and you have a lot of fun doing so, unless you're doing bad, I guess. Some people equate their performance to how much fun they're having. I don't really do that. Now, with all these different maps, of course I gotta include a couple different ones here. I love Miami. Sometimes it's the map layout, I feel like it's perfect, but also at the same time I just love the atmosphere, though, the way it looks and the way certain the lighting is on that map. While it is dark, it has some really good lighting. It feels like a dark map, but also at the same time it's not a dark map, if that even makes sense. It doesn't feel like anything I've ever played before. Moscow's really fun. I feel like there's certain parts of the map that I just absolutely love, but also at the same time I hate certain parts of that map where I just don't want to go to that area because I know I'm gonna die. That's just how Moscow is. Of course, one of the maps I did not like in the beta was Satellite. I felt like I was playing it way too often and it was annoying to play. Now, if you like Satellite, awesome, go for it. Everybody's going to have their own opinion on certain maps, and that's fine, but that's just not my map. But to be honest, outside of Satellite, all of these maps are great. I like Garrison. Checkmate's not that bad if you know how to play it. Crossroads Strike is really fun. Armada Strike can be fun. Garrison, I think I mentioned Garrison. That map is pretty fun too. I don't have a list in front of me, so I'm trying to remember certain maps. But I can't think of a map that pops up on my screen that I don't want to play every time it does. I did hope that they would bring out some older maps with the game, maybe a couple different maps from the old Call of Duties to add. Something like maybe, Nuketown, but that'll be coming out soon. Firing Range, I don't know, Stockpile, something from the older Call of Duty games that makes me think, this is an inspiration. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you later.